We are back with 428 Shibuya Scramble. Oh boy, and we're getting right to a vote because I think we just ended an hour. So it is now 11 o'clock to 12 o'clock. But, oh my goodness, who should we play as? There's anybody! So this could be some tricky business. So we can do this with the single letters again, because typing all this out could take a little while. So, would people like M for Minorikawa, O for Osawa, T for Tama, A for Achi, K for Kano. It looks like Achi and Kano are sticking with the main plot that the game established in the beginning. Minorikawa seems to have the most fun, and he has the chance to crack this whole case wide open. Osawa has the dark bioterror plot, which seems to be just starting to pick up. And Tama is Tama. Tama's got some goofiness. And we got that whole probably going to factor into the real plot somehow, but we don't quite know just yet, even though there's been a bit of a tenuous connection. So, where are we going to go? Holy crap. It's not unanimous Tama. We actually have Osawa winning this. This is kind of amazing. Although it is 4-3, it's getting kind of close. Hey there, Dracologist. I gotta say, I thought it would be a steamroll, but it's really not. Damn. People are really intrigued by the Osawa plot. I am too, but I kind of thought that everyone would go with their favorite stuffed animal, who's not actually stuffed, unless you count a human stuffed in a catsuit. Damn, I gotta say, I'm not quite expecting this. Osawa's still winning, but it's close. It's like 6-5 right now. And there's just no votes for anybody else. Take that, Achi, Kano, and Minorikawa. Minorikawa is the most, like, anime character, even though Tama is literally a character. Alright, it looks like we're going Osawa, but it was by a nose. Here we go. Jeez, they just open with this. Kajiwara followed after him? Did I miss something? I thought we ended a chapter. I thought we went to the next time period. Let's just do that. 2 years ago with Maria. Let's do that. That should be the new one. Here we go. The rain won't let up. No matter how much time passes, it just won't stop. Ever since that day, the sound of raindrops has been burned into my mind. Such an awful, heart-rending sound, driving me to strip my life down to shadows. And yet, no matter what else I abandon, nothing will make the sound of the rain stop. King Solomon's Pillars is what that said? Osawa stared at a postcard that was nestled into the final page of the photo album. He'd purchased it 2 years earlier while on a trip with Maria to the Middle East. Originally used to indicate... Ah, come on, you're losing me, 428. Originally used to indicate Iran, Afghanistan, and the region surrounding them, in modern times the term refers to part of southwestern Asia, excluding India and Afghanistan. That's ironic. It used to refer to Afghanistan, but now it just doesn't, and the section of northeastern Africa along the Mediterranean coast. However, in Japan, as well as the US, the term Middle East is often understood to refer specifically to those parts of the region with a strong Islamic influence. He'd mentioned that he was being sent there on business, and Maria had just blurted out, "I want to go with you." She'd recently developed an interest in the Middle East conflict, and apparently she had been yearning to see the area firsthand. The ongoing friction in the Palestine region between the Jewish people who founded the nation of Israel and the Arabs who had been living there previously. The religious and historical context of this cultural clash is well beyond the scope of what can be elucidated here. Wow, I love that they're upfront about that. Just like, we're not even... Just look it up if you want. His daughter's newfound curiosity had taken him aback. She had always tended to be quiet and self-contained. The clumsy conversations aboard the airplane, the meals eaten together in awkward silence, it all felt like such a distant memory to Osawa now. Ma'am, I'm afraid I can't let you do that. He heard Kajiwara's voice outside the door. Why ever not? I'm just going out for a bit. The detective was arguing with Ai. Great. And just who was it who told me I should try to go about my life as normal? Osawa's wife sneered. I noticed they keep doing that with Osawa's wife. Like, sneered, screeched. Like, this game is... Like, she's a jerk, but this game is clearly showing its bias against her. Ma'am, please, How would you feel about being told to just sit around and wait? Ai's angry shriek, yes, see, jerked Osawa to his feet. He hurried from the study to try to calm her down. But by the time he got there, the officer was already dead. Ma'am, please wait. But by the time Osawa had made his way downstairs, his wife had already stormed outside, despite Kajiwara's attempts to stop her. Osawa doubted anything he could have said would have stopped Ai from leaving. Trying to physically keep her from going out would have only made for an even worse uproar. He was glad that at least it hadn't come to that. He was turning to head back to the study when Kajiwara caught his eye. Spooky, creepy shot? Resigned, he headed down the stairs and bowed to the detective. Huh, you got me, 428. What a moody lighting. Look at that. Is this like straight up music? It's the clock, but I thought I heard like a bit of a different rhythm a second ago. Any idea where she's going? Kajiwara asked. I mean, at a time like this? Osawa shook his head. I wouldn't know. I didn't think so. You know, your wife really is something else. Osawa arched an eyebrow. That's one way to describe her. A rather rude way, as a matter of fact. Oh, no offense intended. It's just that ever since the case started, you've both been holed up in your own respective rooms. The more Kajiwara spoke, the more irritated Osawa became. Yeah... What's your point, he demanded. I just mean, you haven't been having any, marital discourse. According to one survey, in roughly 6% of households, discourse between spouses is largely non-existent. Various reasons for this were offered by the couples in question. Many claimed that they were too tired to have the energy to talk, or stated, we wind up fighting when we talk, or we have nothing to talk about. Awkward. Mind your own business, Osawa snapped. Kajiwara dipped his head deferentially. The two of us not talking isn't a new thing anyhow, Osawa added. I have a policy of not having pointless conversations. It is quite common for Kenji Osawa to make it through an entire day without having a single conversation. On many days he opens his mouth only to eat or brush his teeth. His current record is a streak of 14 consecutive days during which he didn't talk to anyone. Damn. Okay then. Hey, good night, tree woman, right? Huh. It didn't look as though Kajiwara quite understood. This moody lighting, though, like the bright orange, microorganisms such as viruses don't have conversations. And yet they still continually propagate in order to survive. Thinking about viruses, Osawa was back in familiar territory. He felt a surge of confidence. Once you have a clear purpose, conversation is unnecessary. And do you have a clear purpose for the relationship with your wife, Mr. Osawa? This freaking guy, I understand what he's thinking, but he just keeps putting his foot in his mouth. Of course I do. To be a family. Arms crossed, Kajiwara struck a thoughtful pose. At least I've learned one useful thing today, Mr. Osawa, namely that you don't like to have pointless conversations. It's a good thing to know. Kajiwara uncrossed his arms for a moment, then crossed them right back again, furrowing his brow. But see, that's funny. You seem to have a tendency to have pointless conversations with me. And... because you keep coming to talk to me! Osawa saw red. You don't leave me much of a choice! This creepy... Tanaka poked his head out of the living room. Is something the matter, he asked? No. Osawa struggled to regain his calm. Perfect timing, actually. There's something I need to talk to you about. Yeah, Dragon Ace, Kajiwara really may be putting his foot in his mouth on purpose, just for the, like to see if he can get something out of Osawa, which he kind of was doing. He turned back to Kajiwara. My apologies, Detective, but would you mind giving us some privacy? That zoom. Kajiwara didn't move. Detective? Osawa gave the policeman a hard look and saw him crack a smile. Yes, what is it? Kajiwara said at last. Don't you play dumb with me. Give us some privacy. Is this a discussion I shouldn't overhear? Actually, yes. It's work-related. There are business matters I prefer to keep confidential. Ah, I see. Reluctantly getting to his feet, Kajiwara slipped away into the living room. Tanaka, Osawa began, about those emails? He stopped abruptly. For the love of God! Kajiwara had reappeared in the living room door, staring right at them. This is like a horror game now. What are you doing? Osawa demanded. Oh, should I not be watching? Osawa felt like he was about to burst a blood vessel. I mean, you never told me that I couldn't watch. Because it should be obvious! The detective made a scolded puppy face, then closed the living room door. This freaking guy. Osawa let out a heavy sigh. He'd never been an extrovert, but he didn't recall human interaction being quite this draining. Anyway, sir, Tanaka prompted. You were saying? Osawa was like hanging from the ceiling. Yes, about those emails. Something doesn't make sense. I don't understand how Mr. Makino was able to get the antiviral agents to anyone on the outside. Sharing an Okoshi Pharmaceuticals drug with external sources while it was still under development required the approval of an executive committee that included Osawa himself. There should have been no way the antiviral could be sent out without his knowledge. Tanaka hesitated a few moments before responding. The music again. Are you aware of the strife between the company president and the chairman? Osawa shook his head. He was a researcher through and through. Factional rivalries held no interest for him whatsoever. Makino effectively leads the chairman's team, and the antiviral agent is their pet project. Despite being the executive officer in charge of the project, however, Makino still needs the president's approval to... You know what? Forget about that right now. What do we do about security? In theory, it was physically impossible to get the antiviral out of the lab without detection. Entry to the biohazard laboratory where it was kept required fingerprint authentication from both Osawa and Tanaka. Fingerprint authentication is technology that allows an individual's identity to be verified by scanning the fingerprints. It is one element of biometrics, the measurement of physical characteristics to identify individuals. There are even devices that can identify people by checking the veins in the palms of their hands or the irises of their eyes. Let's see what that looks like. That is kind of cool. It's a match! That's pretty rad. Without the two of them there, nobody could even get into the storage facility. Because a dangerous virus is also stored there, the lab where the antiviral is kept is protected by an ID checkpoint as well as a sophisticated 3-tiered lock system that requires fingerprint authentication. I was going to say identification. Multiple security guards are also posted outside the laboratory entrance 24 hours a day, making it all but impossible for an unauthorized person to get into the secured storage area. Tanaka followed his drift. Ah yes, I see what you mean. He inclined his head in thought as Osawa continued. Could someone have overwritten the fingerprint authentication program? Let's check the entry logs for the storage section. We'll just have to ask Makino in person. Remember, Makino is coming over, so what are we doing? Theorizing someone overrode the fingerprint program? Actually checking the entry logs ourselves? Or asking Makino, who is the source, but he may not know anything, and if he does, he may not tell. So there's genuinely good things about each of these options. So what do you say, chat? A, B, or C? I'm curious to see what people's opinions are for this one, because this is actually a difficult decision, I think. We got a vote for B. Anything else? One for C. I get the feeling this is still like a false choice, but we'll see what they bring us to. Well, we have one for each, so now we're at an impasse. Any other votes, please? Okay, 2 for B. Three for B. 4 for B, 5 for... Okay, I think B's taken over here. Entry logs. Let's check the entry logs. Anyone who wanted to get inside had to present their ID card to the security guard on duty. It should be possible to check the computer logs to see if there had been any suspicious activity in the system. Tanaka shook his head. I already checked the logs, sir. There was no evidence of anything suspicious. You're welcome to check for yourself, though, if you're that worried. No, I believe you. Yet the fact was that the antiviral had been used for clinical testing. Either Makino had taken it from the laboratory personally, or someone working on his orders had done so. But how? Was there really some way they could have bypassed lab security without anyone else knowing? Osawa couldn't think how it would be possible. The living room door opened with a soft creak. It was Kajiwara, and he looked stiff and pale. Wow. You know it must be a big deal if it creeps this guy out. Something terrible has happened, he said. Visions of tragedy flooded Osawa's mind. Maria? Is she... Kajiwara shook his head. No, it's not that. What is it then? Osawa asked, his voice trembling. Sir, I need you to stay calm. Jesus, Kajiwara, spit it out! Osawa swallowed the lump in his throat. You see, this is either going to be extremely serious or like an understated stupidity. The toilet's clogged. Yeah, okay. There we go. The toilet's clogged. That's like an Edgar Wright edit. Plunger in hand, Osawa stabbed vigorously at the recalcitrant toilet bowl, struggling to loosen the unseen blockage. Recalcitrant, that's fantastic. A cleaning utility implement consisting of a soft hemispherical rubber suction cup attached to the end of a dowel. By pressing the cup over the opening of a drain that has been clogged, one can apply suction pressure to jostle the blockage free. Makes a variety of sounds when used, such as glub, glork, schluck, schlorp, schloop, and pop. This is amazing. Kajiwara was at his side, wiping up the floor with a rag. How did this even happen? The detective groaned. Are you kidding? I was hoping you could tell me that. The plunger sucked and schlorped at the porcelain basin. This was a first for Osawa. He'd never tried to unclog a toilet before in his life. Really? Never? Think of it as a blessing in disguise, Mr. Osawa. What the hell are you talking about? What about this constitutes a blessing? I just meant that at least this happened before you needed to, do your business. Without the slightest hint of guile on his face, Kajiwara picked up his bucket and headed for the sink back in the washing area. Thanks for that, scene. Grumbling to himself, Osawa pumped the plunger over and over again. This was almost funny. Almost ridiculous, in fact. His daughter had been kidnapped, and he was stuck unclogging a toilet. He was quite possibly caught up in a major corporate conspiracy, and here he was, unclogging a toilet. Tanaka poked his head into the bathroom. Did you fix it yet? If you need to urinate, then use the restroom on the second floor. That's alright, here's fine. What? What? Tanaka stepped in beside him and abruptly shut the bathroom door. Oh, conversation. Okay. I was like, that makes no goddamn sense. Now the two men were crammed together in the narrow lavatory. Hey, Osawa hissed. What the hell are you doing? Tanaka made eye contact with Osawa via the mirror. Made eye contact via the mirror? That's so weird. He spoke in a hushed voice. I've been waiting for a moment I could get you alone. Ka-chong! What? Tanaka sidled around to face him, giving him an intense stare. Oh, he's, Iwazaru. Huh? Anybody? Get it? Huh? Iwazaru? Remember Iwazaru? Anyone? Sir, could you please be quiet for a moment? Tanaka had tears in the corners of his eyes. What? This will only take a moment. Osawa could feel the warm breath of his deputy, whispering against his cheek. Tanaka reached for something inside his coat. Hey, come on, knock it off! Osawa lifted the plunger like a weapon. Look, if you want to talk, we could do it out there. Osawa shoved Tanaka out of the bathroom. Alright, do as you wish. Osawa closed his eyes. Obviously, Tanaka just wants to get Kajiwara out of here and talk, so these are all stupid. I'm tempted to go with C just to get to the damn point, but what would you like, chat? What's it gonna be? Also, strange Mr. Kippy, you are correct. Iwazaru is from Killer 7. So, A, B, or C? I'm thinking C's the right answer, but I haven't played this game, so I don't know 100%, but we shall find out. B. We have one option for B. Shoving him out of the bathroom, talking outside. C. Winterburn. Wow, damn, Insane Buffoon. That's a good one. Master, we're in a tight spot. So, 3 for C, 1 for B. 4 for C. I think we know where this is going. Yeah, okay, we're doing C. Thank you, by the way. Alright. Do as you wish. Osawa closed his eyes. Are you sure you're ready? We get the joke! Just freaking move on. Are you sure you're ready for this? I'm not sure. This is all happening pretty fast. To be honest, I'm rather nervous. I understand, sir. I mean, now that I think of it, we do spend day in and day out in that lab together. I suppose this was bound to happen sooner or later. Sir, could you please open your eyes? I'd like you to look at this. You'll have to forgive me. This is all a bit sudden. Please, sir, take a look. No, I can't. What is this, a 90s anime? Like, just freaking get on with it. It's just the two of us. It's probably gonna shock you, I know, but please, just look. Is it really that shocking? Oh, yeah. Oh, yes. Very. Now, please, open your eyes. Okay. No, I can't. Jesus Christ. Sir, trust me. This isn't easy for me either. Alright. Bracing himself, Osawa opened his eyes. Tanaka thrust out his cell phone. Here. Take a look at this! Huh? Osawa blinked, bewildered, then refocused on the phone. He could never have anticipated what he saw on the LCD screen. End of chapter. It actually is, we're gonna have to play as somebody else to get to there. Now I'm intrigued. You got me, game. Ka-chong. Although I actually do want to go back to Osawa's older choices. Oh, was there... I guess both choices were in rapid succession? Well, there's a lab security and then there's the bathroom. Okay. So let's see other options. Could someone have overwritten the fingerprint ID system? Maybe. Whoever was behind the secret trials had reprogrammed the entry criteria while Osawa was overseas. That would allow them to gain access to the storage facility without Osawa being there. But that would only be possible if they had Tanaka's cooperation. Tanaka's eyes widened when Osawa shared his conjecture. Sir, he asked, you don't think I was part of this, do you? Of course not. I was merely suggesting the possibility. The possibility is 0, Tanaka said. Making any changes to the system requires consent from the board, including your own personal approval, sir. Yes, you're right. Of course. I certainly didn't mean to imply anything. Osawa winced apologetically. Ka-tong! Okay, so we get it. So let's go back to the choice one more time. So both of those are dead ends. And Makino, we can't ask yet because he's not here, so that's probably going to be the correct answer. No, I gotta actually let this go. Ask Makino in person. The fact was that the antiviral had been used for clinical testing. Either Makino had taken it from the lab personally or someone working on his orders had done so. But how? Was there really some way they could have bypassed lab security without anyone knowing? Anyone else? Osawa couldn't think how it would be possible. Just immediately. But that's the only option that hasn't been shot down, so that's interesting. And then we have the freaking, like, bathroom rape joke, which keeps on going. So let's shove Tanaka out of the bathroom. Hey, hold on, wait! With Osawa still pushing against his back, Tanaka reached into his suit pocket and fished out his cell phone. Wow, that is so much faster. It looks like B was the correct answer just because it was faster. And now we have option A. Yeah, right, Vakafan Deus Ex Machino. That's pretty clever. And then option A, lifted the plunger. But wait, he took out his phone. Quiet, Tanaka chatted again, taking out a cell phone. Damn it! Ironically, option C was the worst one, because it just kept freaking going. But it was so funny! Alright, so... characters. Ladies and gentlemen, T for Tama, A for Achi, K for Kano, M for Minorikawa. Place your bets, ladies and gentlemen. What is it going to be? Because we are at an impasse with Osawa. So how shall we do this? T, A, K, M. Anybody? We got 1 for T. To no one's surprise. 2 for T. 3 for T. Okay, I guess if it was between Osawa and Tama before, then, you know, Osawa's done now, so we're getting unanimous Tama right now. Alright, let's make it happen. Sales demo preparations. Chomp. In 1 hour, the Burning Hammer sales demo will begin. Really? Wow. Because this game goes on for like 7 hours. I think there are 5 hours left, including the one we're currently on. So we're just going to do this. All right. Oh, we just open with it. Ka-chomp. Chiri is laying out the assortment of snacks that we'll have on hand. And eating one, I guess? That's a lot of snacks, actually. Hey, Tama, you hungry? Why, yes. Yes, I am. I mean, that should be pretty obvious at this point. Oh. All I've had since putting on this stupid mascot costume is some burning hammer and a bunch of iced tea. Hey now, Chiri shoots back. What's with the attitude? Chiri, you do remember that you ate my lunch, right? The sticker said it was best before noon. You just made that up. Heh, yeah. Chiri chortles merrily and chugs some more iced tea. Hey everybody, did you know that chortle first appeared in the Jabberwocky, and it is a portmanteau of chuckle and burble, I believe? So the more you know. Okay, folks, Mr. Yanagishita calls out as he slips into the room. Lunch break's over. Back to work. That doofy chicken. I don't feel like I've had much of a break. If anything, I'm even more mentally exhausted than I was before. I love how even though he's way in the background, Yanagishita has, like, the greatest facial expressions throughout this entire game. It's amazing. There's a box full of Anagachi toys in the storeroom on the 3rd floor. Mind bringing those down? Anagachi, I asked. What's that? The name makes it sound like some sort of product knockoff. Yeah, I was thinking Tamagotchi, but okay. Mr. Yanagishita's face widens in surprise. You've never heard of them? Oh my god, it is Tamagotchi. Holy crap. You know, Anagachi. It's a digital pet game where you raise an eel that lives in Tokyo Bay. It's a portable electronic game in which you raise a conger eel on a go. Ah! Feeding it daily and clearing away feces. That's not even, like, different from the real Tamagotchi. Depending on how you raise your eel, it can wind up developing into various forms, from normal eel to ultimate eel sushi. You can also use the infrared communication feature to bring over friends for your eel from another nearby Anagachi device. There's also a sister product, Trout Watch. By connecting the two, you can view a special event where the eel and trout characters go to a pub together. Wow. The bringing a communication thing over to your friend reminds me of like the old school Digimon thing. So, there you go. Never heard of it, I say. Huh. Well, I guess maybe a lot of people in Japan haven't heard of it yet. But it's all the rage right now with youngsters over in NYC. No, it isn't. NYC? Oh, he must mean New York City. It's popular in New York? Really? Anyway, I did some quick checking, and that's what I learned, so last month I bought a whole bunch of them. For God's sake, Yanagishita, just like... endless. And once again, you were swindled. Yep. Ouch, Chiri, dropping the hard truth. Nani? Mr. Yanagishita lets out a pathetic whimper. No! This guy seriously is the most like photogenic guy ever. Just like that, his confidence evaporates. He starts muttering to himself, and he's like full-on tears streaming down his face. I thought it sounded a little fishy, really. No, it sounded eely. I mean, think about it. Oh, Danish, is this set in the 90s? I think this might actually be, like, an older game that was, like, remade, but I don't know when it first came out. Do I have a copyright on my box? I'm not sure about this. I don't see a date anywhere, unfortunately, but I don't think this is actually a brand new game, so Tamagotchi might have been a bit more topical at the time. Why would kids in New York be interested in raising eels from Tokyo Bay, he muses. Yeah. And what appeal would an eel character even have, anyway? None, that's what! I should have known that! I did know it! God, this game's great. Then why did you buy them? This farce is getting tiresome. Ah, Nebula Man, 2008. Thank you. Thank you for the update. Anyway, Yanagishita continues, it was going to cost way too much to keep them in storage, so I was just going to let the recycling guy take them. He hangs his head in shame. In a matter of moments, he's borderline catatonic. Borderline catatonic. The type of eel that gives Yanagotchi its name, Anago, can be loosely translated as the creature that lives in a hole. Mr. Yanagishita is probably wishing he could crawl into a hole right about now. What a stretch. It's so dumb. Cheery, on the other hand, flashes a big, bright grin. Still, you know, eel's pretty delicious. Oh! Oh, Cheery, Yanagishita blurts. Thank you. He clasps her hand in gratitude. I wasn't exactly complimenting you there, boss. It's the same thing. There's a little bit of me in each of my products. Anagachi and I are one and the same. A brief Anagachi gameplay clip. The trick is to feed your eel proper food and give it proper exercise. Another important strategy is to make sure to obtain the sharp chef's knife when you visit Kapabashi Kitchen Town partway through the game. That's a thing you can do. Also, the options are in English. Also, play a video. The sound effects actually seem too advanced for what a Tamagotchi is. Not advanced, but high quality. Jesus. He's dead. That's freaking stupid. Oh, I love it. Which is to say, eels and I are one and the same. Well. Go on then. Say something nice about eels. Cheery chimes right in without missing a beat. Eels are awesome. When it comes to eel sushi, 100 pieces barely whets my appetite. You know, these two make quite a pair. That really means a lot to me, Cheery. Thank you. Thank you. I don't understand what any of this is about, but if it helps mend Mr. Yanagishita's wounded spirits, I guess I can't complain. I leave them to their devices and head for the storeroom. That was a scene. Ka-dong! The storeroom door opens with a rough grating sound. Okay, now where's the light switch? I fumble around the dark, feeling for the switch box with my goofy paw. My costume paws mute the sensations in my hands even enough that even finding that is difficult. But wait. I bat at the wall willy-nilly until eventually the lights come on. Apparently I found the switch, even if I didn't feel it. I love the freaking face. Whoa, what the heck is this? I still don't know. The storeroom is practically overflowing with shoddy goods. Oh, I guess I do see some junk on the shelves. A painting that looks like a child's scribblings. An oddly shaped hat bearing the words, "Grow 2 inches, guaranteed." Hat? A cheap-looking pendant with a tag that says it's set with a miracle stone. Ooh! These stones are nothing more than simple glass beads that were purchased at 5,000 yen apiece. The seller claimed, normally these sell for 10,000, but if you buy 100 of them, I'll give you half off, at which the buyer declared it really is a miracle, before joyfully agreeing to the purchase. The fact that someone like Yanagishita actually exists to buy these things up is also a kind of miracle. This game's freaking great. It's like this is the knockoff boneyard where cheap products go to die. They break away from their pathetic herd, knowing their time has come, and end up in this graveyard of a storeroom. That's depressing. But the translators must have had fun with this one. Let's see. Anagachi. Anagachi. I quickly spy the cardboard box I'm looking for. Then I catch sight of a dark silhouette out of the corner of my eye. Eek! I yelp. Ew. And that was actual video. Wait, what? It's one of them. With the freaking psycho music. Black, flat, quick, long antennae, often spotted in kitchens. Sometimes, somehow, their legs wind up in restaurant food. Ew. Them? That's amazing. That's brilliant. That's like a 1950s horror movie reference, even though I think those might have been ants. The size, the speed, the dark shape. It couldn't be anything else. It peers back at me from the shadow of the Anagachi box, the faint light catching the luster of its carapace. It looks ready to leap out at me at any moment. I need to act fast. I challenge it to single combat! I snatch out the cardboard box and make a run for it. If it were me, honest to God, I would take the box and run. But A sounds hilarious. So what's it gonna be? A or B, ladies and gentlemen? You, me, cockroach. Let's go! Or, let's get the hell out of here because cockroaches. So I am most curious where the chat's gonna go with this one because I genuinely have no idea. But we got the horror music backing us up the entire time, so I am okay with this. Oh, and by the way, when it says it looks ready to leap at me at any moment, remember, cockroaches have wings. This could happen. I don't know how confident I am, but it looks like the chat is more confident than I am because they're going for single combat. Almost unanimously A. So we're gonna take it out. Cockroach to cat. Let's go. Heaven or hell. Duel 1. Let's rock. It flitters aloft. It's gunning for me, alright. Bracing myself, I step forward to confront it, which paradoxically helps calm my nerves. I get the sneaking suspicion that this isn't the first time I've done battle with one of these things. It's like I've trained myself to protect someone who's even more scared of them than I am. As I mull that over, the thing hovering in the air presses its attack against me. Jesus. Now's my chance. I snatch up a nearby piece of cardboard and swat at the creature. Hard. It sails out the window in a graceful arc, then flitters away into the world beyond. Whew. At least we parted on mutually acceptable terms. I didn't have to squash it or blast it with pesticide. Hefting the box labeled Anagachi, I scurry away from the graveyard of schluck merchandise. Whew, that was a close one. We did it, ladies and gentlemen. Whew! I made it! Alright, real quick, I gotta see what the hell the other option was. Yeah, Winterburn, you are correct. Float like a cockroach. Sting like another cockroach. Damn, I love that anime glint in the eye. I need to act fast. Get the hell out! That was amazing. Make a run for it. Was that it? Oh, that was it! Wow! Wow! Both of those were actually quite good. When I get back to the break room, Mr. Yanagishita is still clutching Chiri's hands. An eel's super tasty when you salt broil it, too. Thank you! But tempura style is probably the best. Thank you! Jeez, this is dumb. Well, Mr. Yanagishita's spirits have certainly turned around. Okay, got it! That's not Anagachi, that's an 86. Ah-ha-ha-ha! Woo! I hold out the big cardboard box. Excellent, thank you! You girls are the greatest, Yanagishita shouts. His voice resounds with gratitude. Ha! Hey, that's it! I just got an amazing idea! Why don't the three of us start our own company? I'll pass. Chiri and I respond in unison. God, this game is great. Man, you two shot that one down real quick. Ah, well, for today let's just focus on selling Burning Hammer. By the way, I ask, where is the Burning Hammer? There wasn't any in the storeroom, and I didn't see any here either. Oh, that's right, it's out back in the loading dock. We should probably go bring it in. Oh, and bring the Anagachis with you too. The recycling guy is going to be showing up soon. Come on, let's go. Chiri and I follow Mr. Yanagishita out to the loading dock. God, everything's goofy. What? But the loading dock, it turns out, is empty. Wow. I mean, in Minorikawa's story, that guy was ready to kill himself because everyone was going to cash in on his magazine, and here Yanagishita is in with the loan sharks, and he's going to freaking die if he doesn't sell, and he has no product to sell. Like, which situation is worse? Like, the head of the magazine has a PR nightmare to contend with and money he can't spend, but Yanagishita is out with guys who will beat his ass. That is such an anime thing to do. Oh my god. There's no sign of the burning hammer anywhere. It's Monty Python's Flying Circus. I mean, gone, Mr. Yanagishita murmurs. Then his voice rises to a shout. It's gone! All gone! The burning hammer, it's all gone! Flying into a panic, he searches frantically from one end of the dock to the other, leaping into the air, even peering down into the cracks. But no matter where he looks, there's nothing for him to find. It was right here a little while ago. Like right here. Right here! What? I hear the sound of an engine revving outside. Don't even tell me. Oh no! With golf clubs? Mr. Yanagishita cries out in alarm. We can see a truck starting to pull away. Its bed is piled high with cardboard boxes and other assorted trash. Oh no! The garbage truck just picked it up, thinking that it is the trash that it really is. Hey, boss, is that... It makes you happy. Get slim body. Oh boy, that English. Is that... Yes, there it is! Mr. Yanagishita begins racing after the truck. My burning hammer! His voice cracks as he cries out, My burning hammer! Give that back! Give it back! But he's no match for a speeding truck, and the boxes of burning hammer vanish before his eyes. And the promo is less than an hour! Oh my god! Who has the worst situation? The magazine guy or this guy? This is a freaking disaster. Burning hammer! Ah, come back! Come back! Well, Yanagishita's wailing echoes from the surrounding buildings. It's like something out of a movie. What the hell? What's up with that truck? Tama, who the heck was that? Hey, don't look at me, I reply. Huh, with all those piles of stuff, it looked just like the recycling guy. As soon as he says it, revelation dawns on his face. The recycling guy, he mutters. I can see the color draining from his face. The words recycling guy give me an idea. If it was him, maybe he thought he was picking up the Anagachis by this. We have to find it! We have to find that truck! The man is absolutely beside himself. Shiri, Tama, you two split up and try to track it down. Even if we know where it's going, we have less than an hour. And yeah, Dragon Ace, this hand of mine is burning red! Like, it really does sound like a friggin' G Gundam thing. Wait, why do we have to look for it? Again, Shiri and I speak in chorus. If there's no sales demo, there's no money to pay you, and then all the work you've done will be for nothing. Right. When he puts it that way, I guess there isn't much of a choice. Somehow or another, we'll have to find that truck. Burning Hammer sounds like a DBZ attack. It sounds like a Gao Gaigar attack, because they got Goldie on Hammer. And that attack is freaking cool. It can't have gotten far, it continues. Now go hunt for it like your life depended on it. More like his life depends on it. Shiri and I look at each other and sigh. How do you want to do this, she asks. Want to search together, or should we split up? Oh, wow! Okay, ladies and gentlemen. Search together, or split up. A or B, what's it gonna be? Splitting up is a classic horror movie cliche, but they don't have the horror situation. They could probably cover more ground that way. That said, I don't know how useful Tama's gonna be by herself, so she may need Shiri with her. So, A is together, B is alone. How is this gonna work? Yeah, Fakafan. Under that truck is rumored to be a Mew. Ugh. Bringing that back. So yeah, A or B. We have 1 vote for B, 1 vote for A, 2 votes for A, 2 votes for B. Damn, we're pouring in already. But it is tied. Okay, slight edge to B right now. 3B to A. And we're tied again. And it's B again. B is winning, but it is a close one. Okay, B has a slight edge, but only a slight one. We should split up. Shiri and I go our separate ways, searching for a truck full of junk. I make my way to Center Guy. Hey kids, wanna go to Ghetto? What? I'm so focused on searching all over as I walk that I lose track of where I'm going, and I wind up bumping right into a man who's hurrying along with his daughter. Is that the magazine guy? I think we're bringing it back. Hey there, Myeongton. Taro and Hanat, yeah, Toyama. They came to Center Guy to eat lunch. Before that, they were at Heaven Publishing in Shibuya. One chome? While wandering around distractedly looking for somewhere cheap and tasty, Mr. Tama bumped right into Tama. Oh, pardon me. I hop back to my feet and go to bow to the man in apology. Ow! This is amazing! The bows at the same time. Oh, he bows at the same time. We managed to bonk our heads together. Sorry. She just pieces out. As her dad drops to his knees, clutching his head, the girl begins to wander off. Hey, Hana, wait! The man lurches to his feet and rushes after the girl. She seems like an odd kid, only 10 or so, but strangely cold and distant for her age. That was weird. Meanwhile, nursing my own sore head, I make it all the way to Shibuya Station, but there's no sign of the truck. I'll probably never find it just by wandering around randomly. It's already 12:35. The sales demo starts in 25 minutes. Oh, God. I have serious doubts I'll be able to find the truck by then. Arrgh! What should I do? I really don't know where this is going. Oh, you think it was an L and not a 1? That would make sense. Vagafon. Fair enough. Let's check the other side. It's probably going to say, we should go together. Oh, no, wait, no, we shouldn't. But I'll check it out anyway. That head bonking thing was pretty great, though. Let's see what happens. Shall we search? This goofy-ass music. And we head out and search with it. Really? Both of us? Just straight up? Really? It lets us do this? As we make our way, I bump into a guy. Wow, this is absolutely going to be something where we need Chiri or we don't to make a later decision. No, we got a new thing. As we make our way back down the road, Chiri's eyes light up upon a cafe. Oh, is this going to be a wrong end because Chiri's distracted? Man, I am super hungry, she mutters. Not now, we have to find that truck. Yeah, I know. I stride purposefully along, and though Chiri flashes the eatery a long, lingering look, she falls in a step behind me. Chiri and I wander around town for another 10 minutes or so. This is a whole other thing, damn. A goofy look around. We don't see any sign of the truck, though. Ugh, I sigh. It really is good and gone, huh? I turn to look back at Chiri. Oh, she's gone? Huh? Wait, what? Chiri's gone. She must have slipped away from me at some point. Okay, so I guess we're back to where we were anyway. I take a quick look around, but there's no sign of her. When did she split off? She was just there 2 or 3 minutes ago. And we're back. Okay, okay. I don't have time to look for Chiri. I guess I'll keep searching the truck by myself. So there it is. I don't know if I'm going to find it, though I have no clues. What should I do? And we're back. Okay, did it. Figured it out. Okay. Alright, so everybody's favorite Tama story is done for now. So wow, we got 2 characters who did the crossover thing that we can't do anything about yet. And this leaves us with A. Achi, K. Kano, M. Minorikawa. Who's it gonna be? Who's it gonna be? Chat, I am ever so curious. Yeah, Fakafon, the guy with like the hearts bag, just looking at Tama like, huh? So yeah, A, K, or M. What is it gonna be? I am most curious. Minorikawa is like the anime character. Achi is like a Kamen Rider protagonist when he's not transformed. And Kano is the straight man. 1 for K, 2 for A, 1 for M. Two for M, 3. Oh, we're kind of. A is close. It's like 4 M's and 3 A's right now. Only 1 for K. 5 M's. I think Minorikawa's got this one. Alright. Let's go. Wata! Minorikawa stood on the sidewalk weighing his options. Wait a minute. No, that's right. Surveillance cameras? Is this where we're supposed to be? Yeah, okay. Chiaki's phone call had thrown him for a loop. He'd expected her to be anxious about doing interviews, but wow, she was a real basket case. Still, that didn't change the fact that he had a schedule of his own to keep. The surveillance camera story had to be his top priority. Chiaki would just have to find some way to fumble through things on her end. He headed on down Dogenzaka, scanning his surroundings as he went. There were cameras set up on streetlights all over the place. Oh, that's right! Yeah, Minorikawa might interact with Achi. There were so many, it was hard to believe he'd never noticed them before. One over there, another just over here. Electronic eyes peering down on passers-by from high above, where they were tougher to spot. Just how were the people who came to Shibuya reacting to the situation? Hey, you there! Minorikawa called out to a man riding by on a bicycle. Hey you, stop! The man brought his bike to suddenly stop. Or to sudden stop? Maybe to a sudden stop. Taisei Yasuda, proprietor of a knick-knack shop in Udagawa-cho. In Udagawa-cho. Because the cho is like town. Roughly 30 minutes earlier, while he was wandering along the JR tracks... Oh, this guy! That's right, Achi stopped him and he looked guilty. But then Achi just thought he was cleaning up garbage and he's like, yeah, that's what I'm doing. So once again, another character calls him out for something... Like, he's guilty of something, but again, Minorikawa, like, doesn't know what it is. So he was wandering along the tracks, picking up lost and abandoned items. Achi foisted off his trash onto him, and so he's in a bit of a foul mood. Since then, he's been going along on his bicycle, still picking things up on the roadside. There's a trunk on the back of his bike where he stores his finds. Huh? What's the matter, he asked. Hi, the name is Minoru Minorikawa. I'm a freelance writer. Okay. I'm just doing interviews for a magazine, and I'd like to talk to you. A magazine? Which one? 4-Star General Gossip. Minorikawa did his best to sound proud. Oh, well, I'm actually in a bit of a hurry here. Minorikawa soldiered on. See that? He pointed at one of the nearby surveillance cameras. What? The man asked. The blimp? A massive blimp was indeed drifting slowly overhead. What's a blimp? A type of aircraft that floats using the lift provided by an enormous envelope filled with lighter-than-air gas. This envelope, the balloon, is often used for corporate advertising. This particular blimp has been puttering about the skies above Shibuya since last night. Since last night? I wonder if that's suspicious. No, the camera! The camera watched them both in uncaring silence. That's a interesting sentence, actually. I like that. Oh, that. What about it? What do you mean, what about it? Those cameras have been installed all throughout Shibuya. They're taking in anything and everything. Privacy be damned. A shocked pallor came to the man's face. Oh, really? He muttered uneasily to himself. I guess I should be careful next time I go picking stuff up. Hey, what are you talking about? Minorikawa asked. Oh, nothing, just stuff. Way to dodge the question entirely. Anyhow, I think there are some good things about the cameras too, the man said hurriedly. Oh, Minorikawa asked. Such as? Well, I mean, they must have helped catch some crooks, right? Yeah, I think you're right about that. Oh, I am? The man looked shocked to have his own statement confirmed. Are you hiding something from me? Huh? No, nothing in particular. The man shook his head vehemently. Nothing at all, really? Well, whatever, Minorikawa said. In any case, even if the cameras are helping in arresting criminals, there are some places where people just don't want to be watched. What? For instance, how would you like it if someone set up a security camera inside your home? What do you mean? I mean a burglar might try to get into your home. If you had a security camera, you could be alerted right away. Isn't that kind of an extreme argument? Nope! You're the one making the extreme argument here! What? The man stared, bewildered. You're saying it's okay for folks to film people around town as much as they might like, but not to take a look inside people's houses? Yeah, I guess I am, the man mumbled. Oh yeah, Galleon, the blimp had an ad for that singer Osawa likes. Yeah. Minorikawa snorted. You don't think too deeply about things, do you? He mocked. The man huffed in indignation. I don't see the problem, he said. I mean, it's a normal enough opinion. To want to bring down crime but also protect privacy? Well, yeah, so if they're just gonna set up cameras around town, I'm okay with that. Minorikawa grinned inwardly. You're being naive, he said. Way too naive. Naive about what? By now the man was getting worked up. Once you start letting people watch you some of the time, you'll eventually let them do it more and more. That's how the world works. A simple change in camera angle is all it'll take to steal the last traces of your privacy away. That's kind of funny coming from you. Doesn't 4-star general gossip get all its scuttlebutt by invading the privacy of others? Ooh, zing. Since when are you people concerned with personal privacy? Meaning what exactly, Minorikawa asked. You know damn well what I mean. Have you no shame? I've got nothing to be ashamed about, Minorikawa exclaimed. If some celebrity scandal breaks, I write it up in the form of a top-class, socially conscious expose. That's the Minorikawa seal of quality. The man rolled his eyes. Please, as if anyone's ever heard of that. Your everyday freelance reporter would say something about how security firms have no right to use cameras to disrupt personal privacy. But not me! Oh no. I'm the only guy who'd write a first-class piece on the subject. And you want to know why? The man's only response was a doubtful look. Because privacy only exists for me to utterly demolish it. It is a little redundant, but okay. Minorikawa finished with a prideful grin. That's nothing but journalistic arrogance, the man railed. Oh yeah? Yeah! I'd rather have surveillance cameras any day, if the alternative is some weird gossip piece. This time Minorikawa didn't have a handy retort. An awkward silence descended over the pair. Right, I see. Minorikawa muttered to himself as he busily scribbled in his notepad. The man was visibly taken aback. Thank you for your cooperation, Minorikawa said at last. You gave me some good stuff. Oh yeah, Dracologist, yeah, those who trade in their privacy for a sense of safety deserve neither. Yeah, like the original quote was something like, those who would give up liberty for security deserve neither, I believe. He held up a hand to forestall an angry retort. I realize I probably got you a bit riled up. You'll have to forgive me. What? The man peered up at Minorikawa in disbelief. This is just my interview style. Sorry, I know it's a little unorthodox. That's like... Yakuza 5 pulled that. Buddy, you're a weirdo, you know that? The man said. Yeah, I hear that a lot, Minorikawa laughed. So can I go now? Sure. I'll quote you as Passerby A in my article. Sure, whatever, the man, muttered. He quickly sped off on his bicycle. Minorikawa now had some material for a surveillance camera piece. He wanted to organize what he'd managed to put together so far. He decided to head toward his next interview location, keeping an eye out for a cafe where he could stop to work on his copy. He used the map included in the project proposal to guide him. It was hard to read the words and make out the details, but it looked like the Nokane building where the Burning Hammer demo was being held was just down Center Guy. Man, I'm loving this, the way things are starting to converge. There was no indication of which floor the event would be held on, however. That made him a little anxious, but he'd probably be able to find someone to point him in the right direction once he got to the building. He spotted a cafe up ahead. Was Cheery in there? Coffee, please, he shouted as he strode inside. He slumped down in an open chair. Hopefully he'd be able to hole up in here until 1 o'clock, working on his article. If he couldn't have it done by then, finishing the whole issue by the end of the day would be a tall order. He pulled a cigarette from his overcoat as he waited for his computer to boot up. Aw man, come on dude, smoking indoors? Ugh. Having a smoke was Minorikawa's little trigger for going into writing mode. The state of being in a mood to write some text. As Minorikawa goes about his job, he switches between writing mode, interview mode, food mode, and sleep mode. When busy, he'll sometimes go into writing mode and food mode at the same time, sometimes even straying into sleep mode in the midst of food mode. When he's even busier, he'll eat and write mid-interview while nodding off. This is known as ultimate mode. I love how ultimate mode is like the crappiest one. That's kind of amazing. He stuck the cigarette in his mouth and lit it up. With the first heavy draw of smoke, he felt his mind focus. The rough idea for his article came to his head nearly fully formed. All he needed to do now was get it all written down. Finally, his laptop finished booting up. Took you long enough, pal, he muttered to the computer. His hands leapt to the keyboard like a predator pouncing on his prey. In a matter of moments, he had hit his stride. His fingers clicked away. One by one, lines of text filled up his screen. Suddenly, I want Gitane cigarettes. I can't explain it. A waitress stepped up beside him. Excuse me, sir, but Minorikawa was in writing mode. He didn't even hear her. Sir? Sir, I beg your pardon. Again, Minorikawa was deaf to the waitress's attempts to get his attention. Sir, excuse me! The waitress smacked the table. Quiet, Minorikawa snapped. He slammed the table right back. Don't interrupt me when I'm working. Not if you know what's good for you. The waitress didn't so much as flinch. She leaned in aggressively, getting right in Minorikawa's face. Ikumi Omiya, employee at Kolabo Cafe. While appearing cute and demure at first glance, she's quite strong-willed and frightening when angry. She works nights at a place called The Scolding Pub, where customers rent private rooms in which they are scolded at length by attractive girls. One middle-aged businessman once told her, "Your face looks simply marvelous when you're angry." That's kind of interesting. Sir, I hate to bother you, but I have to ask you to please refrain from smoking. Ah, there we go. Minorikawa blinked. Huh? This is a non-smoking establishment, sir. No smoking? Minorikawa asked. The cigarette bothered his mouth as he spoke. The waitress pointed sharply to the sign on the wall. Katong! The words "no smoking" were spelled out clear as day. In English! We ask that patrons please not smoke so that other customers can fully enjoy the aroma of their coffee. The waitress drew herself up in arrogant triumph. A woman sitting at the table next made a at the table next, okay. Made a face as she tried to fan the smoke away with her hands. Customers all around the shop were glaring at him. That's kind of great. You guys don't know the first thing about the aroma of coffee, Minorikawa scoffed. The scent of coffee only truly comes to life amidst the choking stench of tobacco smoke. The waitress's only response was to jab her finger again. Interesting. They used the waitresses without that extra S before, but with it this time. I believe both are acceptable, but like pick one and stick with it, please. But this time she didn't point at the sign. She pointed to the door. Sir, if you're going to smoke, please take it outside. Aww. Well, sometime later, sitting inside the Cafe Lautrec, he just went to a different place. Minorikawa lit up his third cigarette. At last, a safe refuge. It had taken him quite some time to find a place that allowed smoking after he got kicked out of the first cafe. In recent years, many cafes and restaurants have phased out the concept of the smoking section in favor of prohibiting smoking across the board. Yet, for real, when I was a kid, I remember, like, my parents would, like, when we would go out to dinner, when you go in and the host or hostess asks, like, so how many are you? Like, party of how many? Like, well, once you told them how many people were coming into order, they would be like, so you want smoking or not? That just doesn't happen anymore. And in my opinion, good. This makes a place like Lautrec especially important to smokers. There are large air vents in the ceilings to help keep the interior more agreeable for those who do not smoke. That's something. Now he was in a rush to make up for lost time. Tick, 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 tick. His fingers flew over the keyboard at lightning speed. The more he wrote, the harder he focused. At this rate, he'd have the story wrapped up in no time. Patong! Today, you hear me? A voice intruded suddenly on his awareness. One of the other customers was shouting. You're breaking up with that fellow today! Oh no! It's the dad! The grizzled dad who doesn't like Kano! Oh no! Minorikawa's fingers drifted to a halt. He looked around to see where the voice had come from. An older man, red in the face, was shouting at the young woman who sat across from him. Jeez. Please, Dad, the woman pleaded. Stop. You're making a scene. Ah, a father and daughter, then. It was rare nowadays to see a father behave so imperiously toward his own daughter. Just how sheltered had he been trying to keep her? Oh, how sheltered had he been trying to keep her? How sheltered was she being under his care? Yeah. Minorikawa couldn't see her face from where he was sitting, but his interest was piqued. Should he move to another seat where he could take a look? No. He reminded himself that he needed to finish his article. This is interesting, because he really is on the clock, and he should finish his damn article. But you know these people might be plot relevant because they're somehow intertwined with Kano. So, chat, what is it going to be? A or B? How's it going to be? Or how's it going to A? Oh, man, I'm too good at this. So, yeah, how is this going to work out? Most curious. We have a job to do, but this is, for the video game's sake, legitimately interesting information. So 1B, 2A, 3A, 4A. Okay, it looks like there's not much of a competition here. 5A. I think we get the point. Alright. Let's go. Move to another seat where you can take a look. Yes, 6A. Alright, alright. Should he move to another seat where he can take a look? Gathering up his laptop, Murakawa switched to a different table. I don't care if I'm making a scene, the older man was saying. I'm not leaving until I see you cut ties with that boy, do you understand? I understand that you're never happy unless you get your way. You're acting like a spoiled child. Don't you talk back to me! You don't understand your own situation. You're letting your emotions cloud your judgment without putting any thought into your future. No, Dad, you're the one who doesn't understand. The father-daughter argument was getting more and more heated. Dad was clearly furious. Murakawa shifted closer, curious to see what might happen next. Then he saw the daughter's face and gasped out loud. He's just right there like an idiot. What's gonna happen? He just walks right up to them. Oh! Hey, I know you! Wait, you're on TV, right? Yeah, Kano's girlfriend is that star. The father scowled up at him. You must be mistaken, he said gruffly. No, I'm sure of it, Murakawa said. God, what show am I thinking of? The young woman seemed disconcerted by his enthusiasm. Who was she? He called out to a waitress who was passing by. Hey, miss, you know this gal? God damn, this is awkward. She's an actress, right? It's right on the tip of my tongue. The waitress ignored him, but Murakawa was undeterred. I know this. Weren't you in one of those TV dramas or something? Murakawa was probably thinking of a series starring Masami Nagahama, possibly Operation Kolkos, The Last Frenchman, Touched by a Tuna, or Sailor Moon Pies. What? Pies? Pies? All of which received high viewer ratings and are fondly remembered in the public consciousness. Right, we're leaving, the father grumbled. He rose from his seat, radiating aggravation. Huh? The young woman said, but, not waiting to hear her objection, he grabbed her by the hand and stormed out of the cafe. Damn, this dad. Oh, Kano's girlfriend isn't that star? Hey, hold on, Murakawa squawked. Oh, that's right, Kano just had, like, that one girl's face, like, on his phone, I think. His plea fell on deaf ears. All he could do was watch them go, then shuffle back to his seat in disappointment. Damn it, what was her name? I should have asked for her autograph. Mumbling under his breath, Murakawa went back to typing. So, I think we actually just did a branching path thing there, because either we just start writing, and they stay, or we made them leave. So, I think we just did something that matters. What's that? His hands went still as a strange noise intruded on his reverie. Whatever it was close by. What in the world is that sound? I need to get to the bottom of this or I'll never be able to concentrate. Or concentrate. Once again, we have a job to do, but this sound might be important and it might help us concentrate better. So what's it gonna be, ladies and gentlemen? A or B? With the constant beeping in the background, so I'm gonna try to make a selection as quickly as I can, because this is gonna get annoying. So yeah, A or B. Deal with this problem, or just type. We already got the dad and daughter out of there, which might interfere with Kano's story. Who even knows? Now we got this beeping. I don't freaking know. So A or B? Everybody, I see 1 for A. 2 for A. Yeah, JC, a bomb! A bomb! Get out of there. 3 for A, 1 for B. Two for B. It's actually close. 4 for A, 2 for B, 3 for B. Again, A is winning, but it is by a hair. I guess let's concentrate on it. No, never mind. It's 4 for each, so we're tied. So please somebody make one more vote because I want this beeping to stop. Any other opinion on this one? If somebody doesn't type something soon, I'm just going to make a decision myself. Alright, nobody's saying anything, to hell with it. I'm going with A, because I'm tired of waiting, and this beeping sucks. I need to get to the bottom of this, or I'll never be able to concentrate. Where the heck is that sound coming from? He searched his surroundings for a moment, and quickly discovered the noise was coming from his own bag. Oh, Dracologist said A anyway. Whew! Now I feel less guilty. He pulled out one of the most important tools of his trade, a bug detector. An instrument for finding listening devices. Since wireless listening devices emit radio signals, bug detectors are designed to use wide-area receivers to reveal their presence. Using a detector to find something in this fashion is known as fox hunting. It was on, and it had picked up a signal. To a reporter, information was life. That made owning a bug detector a sensible precaution in his line of work. With the device in hand, Minorikawa casually scanned the area. Eventually, he zeroed in on the signal. He stood up. "Everyone, your attention please," he announced. "Someone set up a listening device in here." Several cafe patrons turned their heads in disbelief. A woman wreathed in pungent perfume flashed him a disagreeable look. "Oh, come on, that's ridiculous," she huffed. "There's something fishy going on." "The only thing fishy right now is you," the woman declared disdainfully. "Why don't you get out of here and let everyone enjoy their meals?" "No, I smell a scoop." "You what?" "You, what's your name?" "None of your business, that's what. Now hurry up and stop that awful noise." The other customers were starting to murmur loudly. "There's a listening device here, folks," Minorikawa said. "How can that not bother you? Do you know where I could be?" "Excuse me," the woman called out. "Could somebody please do something about this man?" A waitress hurried over. "Sir, please, you're bothering your other customers." "There's a listening device in here. That's what people should be bothered by right now." The waitress took a reflexive step backward at the words listening device. "What?" "You're the one who's intruding on everyone," the woman shouted. "Honestly, could you please stop that racket?" "Wait, is Shiosawa's wife?" "It's not me making the racket. It's the bug tracker." "Just who the hell do you think you are?" "Police! Somebody call the police!" "Ma'am, please calm down," the waitress said. "There are other customers here, and I'll calm down once you get this disrespectful boor out of here." "All I'm doing is sharing the truth. You can't kick me out for that." The waitress wavered, clearly intimidated by both of them. "Yeah, wow, I do not want to go against either of these people." "You sure got a lot of nerve," the woman snapped at Minorikawa. "Go play detective someplace else." "This is anime? I'm not a detective. I'm a reporter." "Really now? By far my least favorite profession." "Oh-ho, and why is that? Did someone write you a story about you, lady? Got skeletons in your closet?" "You shut your mouth. How dare you?" "Yeah, I smell a scoop here, all right, and the smell is coming from you." "Oh, stop with your scoop nonsense already. It's no use trying to hide things from me. You have no idea what you're talking about." "Oh, yes, I do, lady. Go to hell. After you. Blah, 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 blah." They just give up. Oh, man. I'm into this. As they shouted over each other, their words blurred together until they were barely words anymore. The onlookers could hear only indistinct, meaningless raving. The end. And still the yelling went on and on and on. Wow! Eventually there came the sound of approaching sirens. But even when a police cruiser pulled up outside the cafe, the two didn't slow their bickering. This is legendary. That's seriously the bad end? He just screams forever, sniffing for a scoop. Minorikawa lost his cool and got drawn into an argument with a stranger, giving no thought to the consequences. By the time he came to his senses in a jail cell, it was too late to save 4-star general gossip. Maybe worrying about weird noises can wait. Right now, finishing up that article sounds like a better idea. This is fantastic. This game's great. Hey, I know. Let's ignore the beeping. I love that he might have actually been onto something, but just, oh well. So we could go back to the father-daughter thing, but I'm gonna still do the choice here. Wait, this is the father-daughter choice. Okay, the choice was also at the bad end. That's what it was. I'll do the father-daughter thing afterward. Alright, never mind. Minorikawa tried to immerse himself in his writing again. Before long, he stopped worrying about the curious sound. Okay. Did it. Time passed. Eventually, the pace of his writing slowed down a bit, and Minorikawa glanced at his watch. It was later than he thought. Pretty soon he was going to have to head over to get an interview from the diet drink people. He reached into his bag for the project proposal to double-check the demo location. Huh? The proposal? It's gone. Crap, where the heck did it go? He checked all around the table, but he didn't see it anywhere. Maybe he'd left it at the other cafe, the non-smoking place? Well, he didn't have time to go back for it now. His phone rang. "What now?" Minorikawa snapped as he answered it. A tiny squeak came through the receiver. It was followed by the sound of sniffling sobs. "I'm sorry, I just... Chiaki? Was she done with her interviews, maybe?" "It's no use. People won't stop to talk no matter how hard I try." Her voice broke up into further sobs. "Oh, come on. This again? Really? I can't do it. Don't worry about paying me. Just please let me go home." Minorikawa was already operating on a too tight schedule. He didn't have time to worry about Chiaki on top of it all. Look, just slow down and take a breath. Try and keep at it a little longer. He should have seen this coming when he first called her. Her shyness was practically pathological. But if he cut her loose now, all this frustration would be for nothing. "But I can't do it," Chiaki whined again. "Please, just forget you ever called me." Man, this is depressing. She hung up before Minorikawa could get another word in. He tried calling her back, but she didn't pick up. "Damn it, Chiaki! Don't you dare bail on me!" Leaving money for his coffee on the table, Minorikawa jumped up and bolted from the cafe. We got a lot going on in this one. Damn. The plaza outside Shibuya Station was as crowded as ever. Minorikawa looked around, but there was no sign of Chiaki. She bailed. Minorikawa dropped to his knees in despair. His last hope had up and left. There was no one else he could even ask. Damn it. Alright then, fine. I'll do it myself. He dragged himself back to his feet. Alright, listen up, he shouted at the passing crowd. I'm doing street interviews here starting now. You guys, shut up and help me. I mean, don't shut up, but help me. This is freaking great. What? What? Both of those are bad endings? He wound up blowing way too much time just to get 2 pages worth of content, leaving himself unable to finish the other articles. In the end, the issue of 4-star general gossip never made it to the newsstands, and Heaven Publishing went down for the count. That is way darker. Yo, that is by far the grimmest ending, and that includes when Kano just straight up got shot. We got the freaking organ music? Yo! Jeez. Chiaki calls it quits. Wow, dude. Without Chiaki, Minorikawa just couldn't get the gossip finished in time. What made her run off, though? Chiaki shows up in Kano's story at 12:10. Wow! We couldn't have known! One of the decisions there is what ultimately put her over the edge. Wow! Wow, so we had no control over the story. That's freaking intense. I'm going to go back to the father-daughter thing, but after that I'm going to call it a night because starting someone else's story is going to take a while. Yo, this game got me. Jeez. We had no control over our outcome. Yeah, the father-daughter pair, and this was the other one? Okay, good. Jeez, man. That was unfortunate. Yeah, Kano, save Chiaki now! No kidding. I'm assuming if we skip this, then we just lose the conversation. And again, keep them in the restaurant, which might change things later. We need to finish his article. Besides, if this young lady looked anything like her father, he'd just as soon pass. Minorikawa went back to his typing. It took a few minutes to reestablish his writing groove with the two still bickering across the room, but thankfully he soon regained his focus. And... beep. So it's 2 attempts in a row. Wow. So there you go. Yeah, so that's gonna be the stream, I think. So we've done everything we can with Osawa and Tama. They're outright blocked off. Minorikawa is blocked off, but in a different way. He just gets a bad end because we need to do something with Kano's story. So we're going to have to see whether we deal with Achi or Kano on the next attempt. But for now, I'm going to call it. So thank you very much for joining the stream, and have a wonderful night.